Hey, can we talk about something for a bit?
I mean, I guess we're gonna talk about something for a bit. I was gonna go talk to Mrs. Bergstrom, but... Sure, what's up?
Well, I don't really know if it's my place to say it, but I think I know who the killer is.
You do?
I've been thinking about what happened, you see, and there's something we missed. We keep thinking that it has to be someone here, but what if it's none of us?
What do you mean?
Well, even though I got here at 2 o'clock, what if the killer got here before me? He could have been hiding in the bathroom and I'd never know it. There's an exit door in the men's room. He could have used that to escape after he killed that woman.
Wow, that's actually not a bad thought, but at the same time, it seems a little far-fetched that the killer is just a random person who hid in the bathroom. Are you sure? It seems a little bit iffy.
Well, it was just a thought. I guess being a detective is harder than it looks.
Alright. I think I made her feel bad. Let's talk to Miss Bergstrom. What do you know about Auden Engineering?
Those 2-bit scientists? They couldn't deduce their way out of a paper bag. Everyone in the industry knows that all they do is manipulate the government to make laws and hand out grants in their favor. If they spent half the time they spend on bribing politicians on doing something useful like research, they'd probably have the cure for cancer by now.
Good gosh, she's salty. I see you're not a fan.
Companies like BioDev Imaging are trying to do some real good, but we have to keep playing games with Auden Engineering just to get a place on the map. It's utterly ridiculous.
Alright. Well, we see what she thinks about them.
I hope it helped.
It did. Now let's talk to Kazaki. What do you know about Auden Engineering, bro?
Not much, I'm afraid. There are a lot of industry rumors flying around. They're the leaders in the industry, but some people claim they steal ideas from other companies. On the flip side, Auden Engineering has claimed repeatedly that other companies steal from them. In fact, they were just about to make a pretty big announcement, but it was suddenly pushed back for some reason. Personally, I think they're just a target of criticism because they're the biggest. They may not be perfect, but they're no worse than any other company.
Alright. That's all for now.
Cool.
At least he didn't say, this time. So weird. Okay, what do you know about Auden Engineering? She's probably gonna know nothing, like 0.
Is it a car company?
Never mind.
Talk to you later then.
Oh gosh, I'm loving this game. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna end it here. I've heard mixed reviews about Auden Engineering.
How so?
Miss Bergstrom claims that they do nothing more than manipulate laws and bribe politicians. She's clearly not impressed by their business practices.
No surprise there, she has a major stake in a rival company after all. What about the others?
Kazaki says that Auden Engineering has come under fire for stealing from other companies, but they claim they're the ones being stolen from.
Naturally. And what does Chance think about all of this?
She thinks they're a car company.
Oh.
Yeah. Alright. So
Keep digging.
I mean, I understand the keep digging thing, but there's not much I can do. So I can't talk with any of them. Let's examine the room. I look into the glass case filled with freshly made sandwiches. Sure enough, the 2 specials of the day are tapenade with avocado and blah blah blah. Kazaki was right. Sorry, I don't know. Let's, go to the men's room. Why are you in here? As I enter the bathroom, I nearly run into Miss Bergstrom. I'm sorry?
No, it's fine.
Miss Bergstrom shifts uncomfortably and fiddles with her watch for a moment. What are you doing in here anyway?
Well, I had to use the restroom, and the women's one is off limits, naturally. Don't worry, I'm done.
Do you mind if I ask you a question?
I suppose it depends on the question.
I was just wondering why you decided to work for BioDev Imaging. It seems like it's really important to you.
When I was younger, my father passed away due to heart failure. It was genetic, and there was nothing we could do to stop it. I wished there was a way to save him, but there wasn't any viable technology at the time. I work for BioDev Imaging because we're doing things for people. We're saving lives. If no one else has to go through what I went through, I'll be happy. Hopefully that's a suitable answer for you.
Yeah, I was just curious. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh, that was so sweet. Alright, so we just got out of that bathroom talking to Miss Bergstrom, so let's go back to the main area. Chance is sitting near me, sending texts to someone on her phone. I wonder what she's saying. Let's talk to her then. Who are you texting?
Huh? Oh, my boyfriend.
Wait, you have a boyfriend? I thought... Didn't he break up with you?
That was a different boyfriend.
Right, sorry.
This one's a lot better. He's much smarter, and he gives me anything I ask for.
Jeez.
Even if he's a little bit older than me, I still love him.
Sounds more like she picked up a sugar daddy rather than a boyfriend.
I'm telling him everything that happened today so he can comfort me and help me feel better.
Are you sure it's okay to just tell him about it?
Of course it is. I wouldn't be able to stay this calm otherwise.
Yeah, but you're kinda at a crime scene. I'm fairly certain the police wouldn't want you broadcasting the details of a murder before they can even solve it. Don't you think you're being a little too reliant on him? You're making it sound like you can't cope on your own.
You'll understand one day when you get a girlfriend of your own.
That was so rude! I'm freaking speechless! What?
You've never dated anyone before, have you?
She's being so mean! Look at her face! Look at her face! She's evil. She did it. Her and her boyfriend did it. Well, no, but...
Then you don't know what it's like.
Fair enough. So she's definitely telling someone about everything going on in here, but somehow I doubt her boyfriend is the one giving me random hints. I suppose I should keep looking. I don't like her.
Talk to you later then.
I don't like her. So I can't talk to anyone, really. I was able to talk to her. Okay,
I hope
well,
it helped.
I think that I'm gonna examine the room and see what happens again. Miss Bergstrom is working away on her smartphone, firing off one email after another. She must be pretty serious about her job. Now we can talk to her. I see how it works. Who are you emailing? We're so nosy.
Why do you want to know?
I'm just curious. I'm kind of surprised you're still working at a time like this.
The world doesn't stop spinning just because one person died.
Yikes, that's a cold outlook. Even if it is accurate.
If you must know, I'm emailing some partners in Germany, finishing a draft of a new policy for some of my coworkers, and rearranging my schedule to make up for a meeting I'm missing right now.
You sound busy.
I am. So, if you could leave me alone, I'd really appreciate it.
Right, sorry. Well, she's definitely writing a lot. She clearly isn't paying any attention to anything that's going on here. I suppose Miss Business isn't the one spying on me. Better keep looking. I don't trust Chance, and I don't know how I feel about Kazaki. He got so mad. Kazaki is still working on his computer. Does this guy ever take a break from homework? He keeps pausing. It looks more like he's chatting on an instant messenger. Interesting. Let's talk to him. Who are you chatting with online?
Who? My sister?
Your sister?
Yeah, she and I are really close, so I always go to her for advice. I just needed someone to talk to. It's not weird, is it?
Of course not. It makes sense that you'd want to talk to family when something like this happens.
Do you have a sister too?
Not exactly.
Not exactly. So are you an only child then?
My sister died 3 years ago.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It's not like it was your fault or anything.
If it's not too personal a question, can I ask what happened?
She was shot once in the chest. She died of a collapsed lung long before the paramedics arrived.
Did they ever catch the guy who shot her?
No.
I'm sorry.
Just forget I said anything, okay? Alright, so
Alright then.
I'm gonna examine the room one more time, see if I can talk to anyone else. Nope. Let's move to the hallway and tell the detective.
Hey, detective.
Whoa. Oh hey, the disembodied voice is back. It's been a while. I was starting to get worried.
I'm afraid I don't have much more I can offer you. You're on the inside, so you have all the keys. I know you've seen more than the rest of us can see. Try to remember. The last piece of the puzzle is there. Good luck.
Good luck. That's it? I'm not sure whether or not I should be offended that my mystery friend seems to have ditched me. But the truth is that even if I only have a fragment of Sarah's death, it's a lot more than anything else we've got right now. I shut my eyes and focus on the last thoughts that Sarah had. I can't breathe, I can't open my mouth. There's something on my face. It's stopping me from breathing. Is it a gag? No, it's actually holding my mouth shut. It's tape. I can smell it. The flower scent of the bathroom is strong, but it smells like duct tape. I twist my hands, but they're also taped together. And there's someone here with me, someone holding me down while I'm struggling. I can feel fingernails digging deep into my skin. One of them bends as it digs into me. I twist around and I can feel it snap against my skin. That's it. That's the missing piece. I rush to the bathroom and quickly look into the trash can. Sure enough, there it is, stuck to the pile of duct tape. The thing that I thought was a bit of red paint is actually a broken fingernail. The smudge next to it must be blood. I have my proof. I know who the killer is. I need to speak with Detective Gursky. I head back into the hallway, but he's nowhere to be found. I can hear his voice. I find Detective Gursky in the main area, taking down everyone's contact information. Detective!
Whoa, hey, I'm just getting everyone's number so we can call you later on.
No need for that. I figured it out.
Really?
Really. All the eyes in the room are suddenly focused on me.
What?
You mean you know who the killer is?
You figured it out?
Well, I figured out the major bits at least.
Well, you're going to need to fill in the gaps before you try to sell this as the absolute truth, but I'm willing to listen. Let's go over what we know, starting with the timeline. You arrived around noon, so you were here before everyone else.
Right.
Of the rest of the people here, who arrived at the coffee shop first?
Oh no, who arrived first? Okay. Sarah came in around the time... Oh man. I don't know. I think it was Miss Bergstrom. That's what I would say. Yeah, let's say that. It was Miss Bergstrom.
Everyone else was here by the time I arrived, you know.
Right, that's true. Oh, sorry. Let's just say it was Sarah then. I mean, it was Miss Bergstrom though. She's the killer. That's why I just was like, maybe she was hiding.
That can't be. I remember seeing her come in, so I had to be here before her.
I saw her come in too.
That's right. I forgot. In that case... Okay. It was Chance, then. You came in around 2 to work, right?
Sure did.
Alright, who came in after her?
Kazaki. He even saw Chance cleaning all the espresso machines after she argued with her manager.
That's right. The manager sounded pretty angry with her. He said she messes up like this too often.
Oops.
Alright,
Okay.
and after Kizaki, who came in?
Then, it was Sarah. It was the victim, Sarah. Chance and Kazaki both saw her come in.
And after that, but sometime before 2:40, Sarah was murdered. Then Miss Bergstrom came in and found you with the body.
Yeah. Then, there was all the yelling and accusing and all that other stuff.
So how was the victim killed?
She was suffocated.
With what?
Duct tape. The culprit used it to bind her, as well as to seal her mouth and nose. After she died, the killer removed all the duct tape and threw it away in the men's room.
That makes sense, but what about the knife?
Someone else put it there. It was meant to incriminate Chance. Yeah, let's say it was meant to incriminate Chance. The culprit overheard her argument with her manager, so he or she knew the kitchen would be empty. After Sarah died, the culprit removed all the duct tape, snuck into the kitchen, stole a knife, and stabbed Sarah with it.
So who do you think the true culprit is?
Miss Bergstrom!
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm positive.
What? That makes no sense. Why would I do something like that?
Yeah, there's no way it could be an accident, but of course I know who did it, you guys. I mean, come on. Think about whose videos you're watching. I know who did this. Something went wrong with the deal.
You think I'd do something as dirty as hiring a corporate spy?
Well, if she had stolen from Biodev Imaging, I doubt she'd come to a coffee shop 2 blocks away to make the handoff. But she definitely came here to meet someone. The USB drive that held the information is nowhere to be found, which means me... Oh my god. I know what it is. It's the watch that she had on her arm. She was messing with it earlier or something like that. It said something about it, and I kept thinking it has to be the watch. It's her! The USB drive that held the information is nowhere to be found, which leads me to believe that whoever she was supposed to meet with did meet up with her. Biodev Imaging is still a new face in the live cell marketplace. I'm sure a little kickstart from the competition's research files couldn't hurt. You're the only person here with ties to Biodev. Do you wish to deny asking Sarah to steal information for you?
In case you forgot, I was the last person in. Sarah was already dead by the time I got here.
Yes, but that wasn't your first time here today. You came here before Chance arrived. You come here often enough that you know when her shift starts, so you came before she did, so that she wouldn't see you. You hid in the bathroom to wait for Sarah. When you heard Chance and her manager arguing, you suddenly got the idea to frame Chance. You knew the manager and Chance would both be out of the kitchen, so it was a golden opportunity to plant evidence that only Chance should have access to. You killed Sarah as planned, then removed all the duct tape, planted the knife, and escaped through the door in the men's room.
That sounds like a solid theory, but then why did she bother to come back? Isn't it more incriminating for her to return?
That's what's been bothering me for a long time, but I thought about it and I finally understand why she came back. Your false nails.
What?
I found one in the bathroom already, stuck to that huge pile of duct tape that you used to kill Sarah. Yes, I did it, you guys! I told you I knew who it freaking was! I told you. She fought hard when you restrained her, and your nail broke off in the struggle. Unfortunately, you didn't notice until after you had escaped. You replaced it with a new one, but then you noticed that you were bleeding. The police would now have your DNA as proof that you were the murderer. With Sarah's line of work and her recent job, they were bound to consider you as a suspect at some point. You knew you had time to get rid of it immediately. You couldn't return through the emergency exit, so you had to take a chance and come in from the front. Unfortunately, when you came back, I had already discovered the body, so you decided to try and frame me instead. Uh-huh. Speechless. You what? Jennifer stands in shock for a few seconds. With a sudden burst of energy, she pushes me aside and races for the door.
Wait!
Ooh, Kazaki. Kazaki races after her and grabs her by the wrist.
Let go of me!
Kazaki has gray hair. Ah. Okay. She spins around and slaps him in the face. He winces and stumbles back a few steps. Are you alright?
I'm fine.
Miss Bergstrom is already heading towards the front door, but Detective Gursky steps in her path.
That's enough.
She skids to a halt and desperately searches the room for another exit, but I'm already blocking her passage to the hallway. She sighs and shakes her head resignedly.
I'm such a fool. Running is the biggest proof of guilt, no? I suppose I should have seen this coming. Fine. I confess. It's just as you said.
She pulls up her sleeve and unstraps the watch around her wrist.
This is the USB drive. Everything on it belongs to Otten Engineering.
Detective Gursky takes it from her with a nod. Why did you even do it in the first place?
That greedy woman came to me today saying that someone else had offered her even more money for the information that I hired her to steal. She said that I'd have to pay a much higher price if I was still interested, and that I should meet her here to make the exchange. People like her are the reason the world is hurting so much. Because of her greed, dying people are being denied the care they need. She got what she deserved.
Ooh, she's... Oh no. How could you say that?
What?
You have no right to decide who deserves to live and who deserves to die. You spoke so fondly of saving lives and doing good in this world, but you were so quick to shed the blood of another. You say that it's for the greater good, but it was really just for yourself, wasn't it?
I just thought that...
Her voice trails off. I open my eyes slowly, struggling to maintain my composure. I know you thought you were doing the right thing, but there's nothing in this world that will make the weight of killing someone go away. You're gonna spend the rest of your life with that burden, desperately trying to find a way to make the guilt disappear. I'm sorry. Outside the window, a police car with flashing lights pulls up. Detective Gursky pulls out a pair of handcuffs and snaps them gently on Miss Bergstrom's wrist before leading her outside. I sink down into a chair and lean back. I feel so drained. I wish I could just go to sleep and not wake up for at least a year. But... what? Kazaki?
Yeah, well, no. I mean, actually, my name is Naoki.
Okay, well, that's harder to say than Kazaki. I don't think I'm gonna call you that. Naoki, huh? You look different.
That's sort of the point. Of a disguise, I mean.
A disguise? He may have changed his appearance, but he doesn't seem to have changed his personality at all. It looks like the whole shy guy thing wasn't an act. In fact, he seems even shyer now. Was there something you wanted?
Yes, actually. We need to talk.
About what?
Well, the truth is that I work for a private investigation agency that specializes in information. I was hired by Auden Engineering to retrieve the USB that Sarah stole and figure out who her buyer is.
The police have the USB drive now, so it's as good as safe. And Miss Bergstrom already confessed to hiring Sarah. What's the problem?
Miss Bergstrom said that Sarah claims someone else was interested. If this third party really is after the info, we need to know.
A third party is involved? I suppose that would explain why Sarah had an ID for biodev imaging. She was likely hired to steal research from them as well. Still, all this corporate backstabbing doesn't really have anything to do with me, and I'd really like to get away from this place as soon as possible. Well, that's all very interesting, but I don't see why you're bothering to tell me any of this.
We think your ability might be useful in figuring out the third party.
Ooh, he knows. I quickly glance around the coffee shop. Everyone else is gone already, but I lower my voice anyway. How do you know about that?
You're not the only one with extra abilities, you know.
So you...
I have a perfect memory. I remember everything around me. Sights, sounds, smells, everything. Once I experience it, I remember it forever.
So earlier when I asked you about what this place sells, to see if you really were a regular customer here...
I lied. I've never been to this coffee shop before in my life. I can recite the entire menu for you if you want, though.
That won't be necessary. I suppose I should have been suspicious when you answered so specifically. A normal customer would say something like $1 or $2 rather than give an exact price.
It's really useful for missions where I have to follow and observe.
I suppose I have to thank you for the whole voice in my head giving me information about Sarah as well?
Actually, that was my boss.
Ooh, this is getting awesome! Your boss? So you're the only one who was leaking information about me? All that time chatting online, you were just telling your boss what I was up to.
Guilty as charged. But it really would be a good thing if you could work with us. Would that be okay with you?
I don't know. I'd rather have as little to do with this place as possible. And honestly, I don't know why your boss thinks you need my help anyway.
You've got it all wrong, Detective.
What?
Aki!
Can he hear her too? Oh, whoa, she's here. At the entrance of the cafe stands a figure stunningly similar to Naoki. Or, I don't know how to pronounce his name, sorry. Well, except for a couple of obvious differences. A young girl trails at her side, peering cautiously into the cafe at me. Aki? Am I to assume that you're the boss Naoki speaks of?
Guilty as charged.
Alright. Okay. She smirks as she looks me over, sizing me up.
It would really mean a lot if you agreed to work with us. But just so you're clear, we don't need your help. You need ours.
Alright. Is that over? I guess it's over. that's a way to end something. I wasn't expecting it to be that short, you guys. I'm not even sure what I'm gonna play next now. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I had fun playing it. I wish it were longer. But yeah, I will see you guys in whatever I decide to do next.